Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your November 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. As always, thank you for continuing to listen, follow, share, subscribe, and like my YouTube channel. Your comments, support, and feedback are appreciated and very much welcome. Thank you for that. And a big thank you to those of you who continue to keep me so occupied and busy with personal one-on-one readings, both new clients and regular clients as well. It's always an honor and a pleasure to read for you, and I'm grateful to be able to do so. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you haven't read with me before, you have, and you've forgotten the information, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the little About button, the button that says About, and you'll see information about me, what I do, the services I offer, and my contact information. I do a wide variety of readings, love and romance, career, work, and finance, 6 and 12-month overviews on all the main areas of your life or specific areas of your life. I do compatibility chartings for couples, channeled messages, cleansings, and I offer regular monthly readings or biweekly readings as well. So if you're interested, send me an email at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. That information is also there. I do readings full time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time is pretty fast. I can always get back with you within a day of the initial contact, and scheduling personal readings live or recorded can be as soon as a few days or upwards of 3 weeks, but almost always within a 1 to 3 week period of time we can set something up for you live or recorded. You can also find me on the smartphone Instant Go app. That's INSTANTGO, Instant Go. For those of you with smartphones, it's a really cool phone app, and I posted a video about it about a week ago. It's not the same as the comprehensive, in-depth looks at issues or specific spreads. It's for if you want like instant or within a few hours or same day answers for me. You have 1 or 2 quick questions. You've got a decision you need to make on the fly. You want to look at something really fast. You just have 1 or 2, just some short questions or quick answers that you want, or you want a short little chat reading. You can find me on the smartphone Instant Go app under Irish Gypsy. So that's a great, new, convenient, easy way of keeping me at your fingertips. For those of you who want the longer, more in-depth, complex readings, of course, you can just email me. And all of that information you will find by clicking on the About button on my YouTube channel's homepage. Pretty easy. Okay, so moving forward, make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. You may find that one of the other ones may resonate or play out for you a little more predictably. But by watching all 3, sun, moon, and rising, if you know them and if you can, it gives you a more comprehensive picture of what's going on in your life for the time frame that the reading covers, which is why we always advise doing so, because these are general readings and there's many of you watching. It's not going to resonate the same in the same area of your life to the same degree. Some of you, this may resonate in the work career part of your life, others in spirituality or religion, some of you in relationships, whether it's love and romance or other type of relationships. The energy fundamentally remains the same regardless of what area of your life it resonates in, but that's why we say check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. I know some of you don't like the longer intros, so you can always fast forward all of this stuff to the part where you see me laying down cards and holding them up, which is now. So this reading is for the earth sign of Capricorn for November 2017. Capricorn are lovely, agile, earthy Capricorns, the earth sign of Capricorn for November 2017. Okay, Capricorn. We begin with the 5 of Swords, followed by the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles, there you are, followed by the Sun. We have the 3 of Wands, followed by the 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, followed by the Hanging Man. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy guidance for the month is the High Priestess. Looks like a great month, Capricorn, and it actually looks like It actually feels like you've come through something rather recently, or you're going through something. I mean, you have the sun in your reading, which is a major arcana card, and the sun automatically boosts the positive energy of the cards surrounding it in the spread, and can lessen and sometimes even negate any negatively perceived or challenging or painful energy in the surrounding cards as well. It always represents an uplifting of energy and a loosening up of restrictive energies. So really beautiful. I'm going to start with your crowning card. Your overall energy for the month and guidance for the month is the High Priestess, major arcana card. She sees everything. She sees a lot, if not everything, but she keeps a lot of it to herself. She's the High Priestess, mystical, wise. When this card comes up, it's always advice on paying attention to the deeply spiritual. Pay attention to, dreams or signs you may think you're receiving over this month. Any flashes of insight, things which seem to come out of nowhere but kind of linger or come more than once. It's usually messages and intuition coming in. Intuition is our connection to spirit, to God, your spirit, your angels and guides, and that's how we receive messages. Pay attention to your insight, your spiritual insight, your gut instinct, dreams, messages, insights. It also can be advice to maybe spend a little less time being verbal this month and more time kind of paying attention and opening yourself up, maybe not revealing quite as much over the month. Now we begin with the Five of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So the Five of Swords, swords is air energy. It's all about what goes on up in our heads, how we look at things, our words and our ideas, and how it affects how we communicate and how we perceive and interact with the world and the people in it. The Five of Swords is a card of victory. Sometimes it can represent a rather shallow victory. It always represents a victory which comes at a cost. The opponents or enemies or foes that he's defeated, which are on the ground behind him, can sometimes represent that winning comes at the cost of personal relationships, which can be a positive thing, maybe sometimes not a positive thing. If it's ambitiousness at the cause of stepping on other people, rising up the ladder of success at the cost of kind of stepping on other people on the way up, or success or winning, which comes at the cost of personal relationships. This card summons up the question, is something worth it? Is a battle worth it? Has it been worth it? It can represent a hard-won battle to a battle which indeed has been worth it, but which has come at a great cost, because even though he's won, he's tired, worn out, exhausted, bleeding from a cut on his forehead. This is a battle which has cost a lot, or will cost a lot, or has cost a lot. Whether the question is yes or no in terms of if it's worth it or hasn't been worth it is individual to each person. And again, because we have the Ten of Swords, I feel like this is in the past, because tens are ends of cycle. You've come through something, the majority of you, and you've come through it successfully. You've overcome something, or you've endured, you've survived, you've come through, even though it looks like it's taken quite a bit out of you and it's cost quite a bit. So that Five of Swords is accompanied by the Ace of Wands, which is fire energy. The energy of the Suit of Wands is fiery. It's dynamic, energetic, fluid, action-oriented, exciting, enthusiastic, passionate, change, movement, action, power. Aces represent the number one, potential, beginnings, opportunities, the start of something new, which has a lot of potential if it's nurtured and taken care of to manifest and grow. So the Ace of Wands represents an exciting new beginning. It's as if you overcome something and now you're at an exciting new beginning, or you've worked really hard for this chance, for this opportunity, for this new start, this new beginning. What era of your life it reflects in is going to vary, because there's a lot of you watching and it's a general reading, but the energy remains the same. You have worked for this, you have earned this, it's come at some cost, and that cost may have been other people or relationships, or perhaps some conflict within relationships as well. I think for the majority of you, it's been worth it because you're now at this new beginning. But for some of you, it may not be. But I feel like for the majority of you, it is. And it may have been something that was thrust upon you, or a situation which was just very difficult for you to go through, but you have gone through it, or you are going through it successfully. but it's as a result of everything that you've put into it. And next to that, we have an absolutely beautiful energy. The Queen of Pentacles, which I'm reading as your energy, earth sign, female, though it could easily be male, as this is a general reading. Kings and queens represent individuals who've reached the mastery of their suit. So they've reached a balance of the characteristic traits or energy that's inherent to their suit. And in this, it's earth, because that's the element which governs Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, you know, this is money, finances, property, assets, or the hard work and results that we put into things in that stable, lovely earth energy sort of way. So if I were to describe the Queen of Pentacles as an actual individual, this would be somebody who is very good at navigating the day-to-day life of the concrete world we live in. She maybe works a full-time job or owns a full-time business, or even is a full-time homemaker and mom, but she does it so efficiently. She's still nurturing, loving, caretaking. In fact, she's very skilled at those things and in pulling together the physical resources she needs. She always looks good. The kids look good. The house always looks good. The roses are always trimmed. The lawn's always mowed. She volunteers twice a week at the local, charity, whatever. She's there with a casserole when, people are in crisis. She's the one that people kind of reach out to in need. I mean, just very grounded, stable, secure, and very good at navigating the world that we live in, but still managing to be nurturing, because she's a queen. She has that nurturing maternal energy as well. So it's about being in your own element and being strong. It's right next to the Five of Swords. So you have really come through, and that earth energy has served you well, Capricorn. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is paired with the Sun, and I've already pretty much gone into what that is. But the Sun, it's the best. It comes out and it shines over everything. Life, love, warmth, laughter. It's illumination, clarity. It chases away all the shadows. It represents an uplifting of energy, a loosening up of restrictive energies, moods getting brighter, heaviness lifted, finances getting a little bit looser if they've been tough, better times coming out, having fun, enjoying yourself, getting out more. It elevates everything around it in the spread, in the reading, and can lessen anything that's negative or perceived as negative or challenging. And there's a strong element of fun and social energy with this as well. There's a lot of happiness. Again, it's like victory and overcoming. If this hasn't been an outright challenge or a struggle of some kind, of outright challenge, then it's been something you've been investing a lot in, and it may have taken a lot out of you or come at a cost, but it feels like it's worth it, because you're now kind of starting over or at this new beginning phase. And again, if it was a challenging situation or relationship, I feel like a lot of you, it's a situation of some kind. You may have previously been hurt or been taken unawares unexpectedly. There could have been a betrayal of some kind, bad news of some kind, which represented having to move through a difficult process. However it resonates specifically for you, Capricorn, again, just by manifesting the best of your own inherent character traits and abilities, being who you are and having that lovely grounded earth energy has pulled you through and brought you to where you are. There's definitely, especially by the second week or the middle of the month, an uplifting of energy. But again, there's just this lovely strength and victory and triumph energy. And pay attention again to dreams, insights, intuitions, things which may seem coincidental but really aren't over the course of this month as well. Now, next to that, we have the Three of Wands, followed by the Ten of Swords. So the Three of Wands is basically about waiting for your ship to come in. It speaks of having done the footwork, laying the foundation, and then kind of waiting to see what your results garner, which is what this man is doing. The two staves planted behind him can symbolize the work that he's done. In the preceding card, the Two of Wands, it shows a man standing at a crossroads, needing to choose a path. And it's about long-term goals and long-term thinking and long-term vision, looking down the road, deciding what you want and choosing a path based on that. And this next card, the Three of Wands, is about having done the footwork, laying the foundation, foundation, the groundwork, and now you're waiting to see what the results are. It's a more patient, waiting, gestative sort of card, but the implication is especially in the upright position, that what you've invested, everything that you've put into this, what you've overcome and accomplished and built and are building, is laying the groundwork for very positive consequences, very positive results related to your future, and will be overcoming any sense of difficult endings or possible unexpected betrayals that you may have overgone in the past. And I feel like it's recent past, whether it's betrayal within a personal relationship, friendship, romantic, otherwise, could be in work and career, if you've lost your job or got downsized or demoted or got passed over. I think for some of you, again, that there was some bad news received, and there was a process which was that you had to work through, which was difficult. Some of you, it may be medical, I'm getting, but again, there's this successful, treatment or moving through it. Again, the specifics are going to vary per person, but the energy is the same and the results are the same. You're on top, Capricorn. You're moving through it. You are earth energy this month, and good for you. So there's a sense of waiting, maybe in the last part of November, maybe even the last half of November. It's like you've done all this stuff. You've hung in there this far. You've done what you needed to do. You've endured. You've proven ahead. You put one foot in front of the other. You've done everything that you were able to do. Now you're waiting to see what the outcome is. I feel like the worst is behind you, which again is what the Ten of Swords can signify. 2 tens in the tarot represent cycles ending, things coming full circle, culmination and achievement, or ending, or a full circle culmination energy where you're now transitioning into something else. Whatever put this man face down on the ground is behind him. There's a healing light shining through these swords. The sun is rising again, a new day is dawning, and the animals are returning to the scene. So it's over, and there's new beginnings ahead, and it's like you've done everything that you can, and now you're waiting for something. I feel like for a lot of you, it's news, information, or messages that you're waiting for, because at or towards the end, and I do feel like for most of you, if not all of you, it's going to be good news. I keep seeing you celebrating with friends or family for some reason, but later, maybe in December, the end of November, December. So at or towards the end of November, we have the Knight of Swords, followed by the Hanging Man. So knights usually represent something being brought or delivered, most often incoming, but sometimes it's on your end, putting it out there. They can represent the speed at which a situation moves. Knights are known for being rather spontaneous or impulsive, but they're meant to go on missions and quests, be rather single-minded in achieving those and bringing back results. You could be called upon to act on something. The Knight of Swords would be bringing information, news, messages. It's about messages and news and information that are exactly what they are, truth and reality, straight, short, to the point information, because swords is that cerebral, mental, intellectual energy. It's all about information, higher education, learning how we think. But the Knight of Swords there's news, messages, information. I feel like you guys are waiting for that. It's right next to the Three of Wands, which is about having done everything you can, and you're waiting to see what the ship is bringing back. You're waiting to see what the results are. The Knight of Swords is also paired with the Hanging Man, which can represent also feeling like you're in an energy of stasis, of no movement. There's always movement going on, even if it's not on an energetic level, even if you can't see it. Maybe feeling like there's no progress, or feeling like nothing's happening. But it's also about being at peace with that, and acceptance, and knowing that it's temporary and short-lived, because there's news and information coming, even though it feels like you're waiting for it. You've done everything you can, and now you're waiting for news, information coming. You may have to wait a little bit. It may be delayed a little bit. You may be being told that you have to wait a little bit to receive an outcome, news, results of something. But again, I feel like it's positive beyond that. I keep seeing celebration, or friends, or family, or community of some sense. Be at peace with that. This man is hanging upside down in a very strange and unusual position, but he's not really struggling. And in other tarot cards, he's portrayed as not struggling. It's about not being involved, not going with the struggle, not allowing things to affect you or to get involved in things. Just sit back, be at peace with where you are, know that results are coming, news, information, messages are coming, and trust in that, and pay attention to things going around you, but don't maybe involve yourself quite so much, which is also what your crowning card of the High Priestess means. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck to see what was behind the High Priestess. We have the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration, enjoying yourself. It's kinship, sisterhood, brotherhood energy, community energy too, in a celebratory fashion. So I really like seeing that, because I feel like whatever the news and information is coming at the end of November, maybe going into December a little bit, is a cause for celebration with your friends, with your family, with community, really getting out and having a good time with people who understand what you've been through and what it's been like for you as well. So I really like seeing that for you, Capricorn. Lovely. So that pretty much wraps up your November 2017 general reading. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least that some of you have found it useful in some way, because that's why we do these. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you have and you've forgotten, go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the word that says about, the button that says about, and you'll see all the information and my contact information, Maggie, the number 1 McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. If you contact me and let me know what you would like, I will schedule something live or recorded with you as soon as possible. And for those quick 1 or 2 questions, quick touch bases, quick short little chat reads, you can reach me the same day through the Instant Go app for smartphones under Irish Gypsy. And that information is also under the About button. And I posted a little video about that a week ago about the Instant Go intro. But for the other traditional readings, contact me through email and I will get back with you right away. Thank you again, Capricorn. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the November 2017 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish each and every one of you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.